Hello YouTube, it's the Budgie Monkey again. And on the table in front of you is the Marlin Model 60. And fixing to eat some of my own words here on 22s in general, but I'm man enough to admit it. This is one of the longest running, still in production 22s that you're going to find today. And it may very well be the nicest 22 that I have ever shot. A little backstory here. When I was a kid, my dad was like, Marlin Model 60, Marlin Model 60. So when I got a chance to get my own firearm, I got a Ruger 10/22. That's just what kids do, you know. And I was no different. And I love the 10/22. You referenced my video, the amazing 10/22, because it is phenomenal in its own right. But this is almost like apples and oranges. You know, as I've come to a new way of thinking in my older age. You know, what I need versus what I want. You know, what's cool versus what I think is cool. Or, it's just different, you know. And I really like things that are simple. And this is a simple gun. You know, the bolt carrier is not that much different than the 10/22 when you strip them down. But there's no external magazine to lose. And I have lost a 10/22 mag before squirrel hunting. Done it. And that sucks because I have to spend the rest of the day with a really hard to load single shot. Here I'm going to know if I lose it. It's tube fed magazine, and most of you know the specs on these things already, you know. But this is a really nice gun. And by the way, it's wearing a Simmons 8.3x9, just a kind of a cheap scope, but it works really well. It's got clear glass, so what more can you ask for? So let's dive right in here into uses. What do I think the best uses for this gun are? Well, let's see. Hunting. I think it's an excellent hunter. I would say plinking if you can find the damn shells to do it with. The 22 is so hard to come by that I don't shoot it much anymore. You know, it's kind of a... I really hated to put the rounds through this one to test it just because, you know, I just don't want to waste them as shells. Because I can't replace them. They're hard to find. And as you can see, I've done some more hunting with a shotgun because of it. And I actually went and bought a single shot shotgun or two just because I couldn't find 22 shells. But this gun is fantastic. And what I really think it shines in, and this is where I'm going to have to eat my words, is I really think this is the prepper's best friend. Yeah, I do. As far as a prepper 22 rifle, I think this is it. Unless you just want to spend a ton of money making a 10/22 build, however you want it, this is it. This is the gun that you want right out of the bat. If you just want to buy it and be done with it, buy a Marlin Model 60. This thing is a tack driver. I mean it's one on top of the other, and it's phenomenal. I haven't done anything to it. I bought it like that with the scope on it. Gave $125 for it, which is a steal in my book because the thing is like brand new. You know, you gotta love the used market. You just gotta keep your eye out and have the cash when they come around. So very budget friendly, you know. No magazines. You know, I have a stack of 10/22 magazines. And, you know, you buy some that are good and some that are bad, unless you do buy Ruger magazines, which are expensive. They're not expensive, but they are comparatively. Here I don't have to worry about that anymore. The tube fed, I like it. It's you know, I have 12 rounds, which is greater than 10. So the magazine laws come around and can take that thing back down to 10 rounds again. I'm still gonna have more. It's a little slower to reload, but they make quick reloads for these, which, you know, it really speeds things up. But, you know, could you defend yourself with it? Absolutely. Is it a combat weapon? Absolutely not. So you just kind of have to keep things in perspective, you know, and when you look at it as the role it fits in, it's awesome. It's super ergonomic, and it doesn't weigh hardly anything. You know, I don't know the exact weight on it. I probably should have looked that up before I did this video, but I know that it's lightweight. I pack it all day long and don't even hardly feel it. You know, but I do quite a bit of walking and a lot of bit of hunting, so I'm kind of conditioned to carrying a rifle. You know, and again, you've got 12 rounds. That's plenty for small game hunting. And then you can always stop and load up again because you're not going to be on the run with this thing. You know, you're not going to be trying to do tactical reloads with it. So it's excellent. When you consider the price versus the firepower, you can't beat it. And you don't have to worry about losing the magazine, which is a bonus. This is, in my opinion, the most accurate .22 rifle I've ever shot that was less than $300. I'll throw that on there because some of the CZ bolt actions, yeah, they're pretty good. But you know, we're talking about a budget-friendly rifle. This one was $125. If I wanted one of these for about 3 years before I bought one. So I mean, I had to wait. But if you are willing to wait, you can find these things for next to nothing, and this thing is awesome. So super budget-friendly, you know, and you can even go to Walmart and buy them for less than $300. And that's usually for the stainless one with the stainless scope. I can't really speak for the stainless scope because I never shot that particular model. It is pain in the butt to field strip. Okay, so is the Ruger 1022. It's not any more difficult to strip this one than is the 1022, which is its biggest competitor. Because I have never found, which I want to test the 702 Plinkster because I think it's probably a pretty good rifle. But I have never shot that one. For the rifles that I've shot, man, you'd be hard pressed to beat this in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't have very many accessories. Okay, this is where, if you like to make and build and have project guns, buy a 1022. If you want to buy a gun that's perfect right out of the box, buy the Marlin. That's really a cut and dry on it. And I've sold 2 of my 1022s since I purchased this. I kept the one that my grandfather gave me because it's special to me, but the other 2 I've sold, and this has taken both their places. And this is phenomenal. It really is. And my way of thinking has changed because when you talking about having to rely on a magazine, so I mean, and not to knock the 1022, but most of the failures I've ever had with any firearm, pistols or rifles, has been in the magazine. And getting away from that kind of thing, getting away from those failure points, is a big deal to me. So for the value and the money, you're not going to beat it. You definitely need to go buy it. This is a A+++, if there was such a thing in the budget monkey world. It's a wonderful gun. I don't know that, you know, the controls on it aren't any different. I wasn't going to go through any of the controls on it because I'm sure that you've probably seen these before. You know, we'll give you an overview of it. You know, there's the bolt release. This is empty. As you can tell, I'm open. I don't know if I can. Oh, chambers are so small in these that you can't really get in there. But you know that right here is the bolt drop. Now, one neat thing about these, I mean, it does have last shot hold open, but you can lock it in back here as well by pushing this in. Right. So that's a Simmons scope, Simmons 8-point. I have them on quite a few of my guns now, because they're just really good for what they are. You know, it's tube fed, obviously. See, nothing coming out of it, it's empty. I always do safety check my weapons before I put them on the table, but I know how a lot of people are, and they like to know that for sure, and I get that. You know, that's where you would load it. I'll get the camera here. You know, so you pull your rod out, you drop them in here. This orange plug is spring loaded, so it drives it up. All the rounds go up into the tube itself, and it came spring tension on it. So it is a magazine. I mean, it is a failable point, but I don't know if you've ever tried to buy an aftermarket mag for something. They never work out very well, and that works really well. I love that gun. Anyway, that is all on the Marlin Model 60. An excellent buy in the budget monkey's mind and world. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Look forward to some more videos on the way. I got a whole bunch to do today. It takes me a while to get around to some of them because it takes a while to test everything. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.